Welcome back. Thank God for all of you. Thank God for all of you. And just want to make sure we're up and running here. All right. Just want to make sure we're up and running. Believe that we are. Yeah. All right. So we're good to go. All right. So again, thank you for all of you. Welcome back to those who joined us the first time. Welcome for those who are joining us for the first time this morning. We thank God for all of you. Also, just thank God for just this one day we're able to come together and study these things out. So again, thank God for that. Just a couple quick announcement. I know the internet service, it seems like after every 30 minutes, it kind of switches off and back on. So, and I know I get the we're just at the mercy of that. I'm gonna eventually try to see if we can find some kind of hotspot that we can bring in here and connect directly to the hotspot. And I'm going to try to ask them for, because they have a guest internet, then they have obviously one that they use. Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can get the one that they use. so we can have a direct connection. But it seems like, I mean, it works pretty good. It seems like it looks like every 30 minutes or so it kind of flickers off and then flickers back on. So, but again, or I'll look into some kind of device to where I can hook up, set right here, and hook up directly to a hotspot, network in and out like that. And then, you know, streaming kind of takes a lot of bandwidth. All right, so it probably, once you get to maybe 30 minutes, it probably uses up a lot of the bandwidth, and then it probably goes out and then it just comes back on. So, so again, my apologies for that. We'll figure it out eventually. We'll figure it out eventually. So again, thank God for all of that. I did miss the comments that you guys had put on the YouTube. I did miss the comments. Your daughter's here. Yeah, have them come through this door. Okay, they just opened it. They just opened it. Yeah, so they're gonna come through here. All right. So, but yeah. So with the internet, we'll get that. Okay, again, just for those who may not have heard the first announcement that we made about the building. Okay, so I went ahead and reserved this building for the month of January and then February for this month. Okay, I've already reserved the building, but we need to reserve it for particularly the summer months. Okay, so again, it's $320 a month. All right, and so again, if everybody does their part, I think we said it's roughly, to cover it through August, it's roughly about $1,600, which again is what we were paying for 1 month at the other location. So we can put our monies together and make sure we get that. I had someone text me, I appreciate it. They said they would pay for a month. Okay, so again, I appreciate them. I don't know if they want to be mentioned, so I'm not going to mention their name. All right, but they did just send me a text. So again, we appreciate you. We thank you for that. For all of you who live in this industry, we thank you for that. So I'm going to call this week. And go ahead and try to get the reservations through August, so that way we can have our location and we won't have to worry about it. I just booked it initially for the first month or so. I just did that myself, and just to kind of see if we were going to like it, and, you know, make sure it was good for what we wanted, and it is. So now this week I'm going to call for the next 5 months. All right, and that way. That we will have that. So yeah, 3 times 5, roughly about $1,600. All right, so that's where we are with that. Again, whatever you do, we'll do our part. We don't put a strain on just one person. All right, that way we'll have this location. I like it. All right, and then we'll get the internet fixed and all of that. So I'll talk to them and see if I can get on the real internet, not just the guest. All right, so all right, so we'll be, and then we'll be good with that. All right, so again, thank you all so much for just your support of this ministry. I have to mention these things, but you guys know my main focus is to teach the word. Okay, but I have to mention those things just to make you aware of what's going on. But I'm most comfortable just teaching about the Bible. All right, all of the other stuff, I'm not as comfortable. So you hear me say a lot of uhs, but when I'm preaching the Bible, that's what I'm most comfortable with. Okay, all right. So, but again, thank you all so much for your support in that regard. And the website where you can donate is buttondownfellowship.com. It has all the ways that you can donate on there. I gave the address this morning, nice and slow. All right? But again, that address, the address is actually on the website as well. So at buttondownfellowship.com. All right. So again, we thank God for all of you. We thank God for who you are. All right. So I also have 2 months, all right, that are paid for. All right, we had individual that also gave us money for 1 month already as well. So again, we thank God for everybody that supported us, and we'll get this train rolling, and then we'll have this as the main locate and meet. So again, even with our Friends and Family Day, even this spot is big enough here. We just add more tables. We have a bigger location in here that we'll also have access to, with the $300 that we pay a month. So that's good. So because they have a huge gym in here that we could rent out to when Friends and Family Day comes. So again, so we have everything we need, everything we want here. So we thank God for that. All right, now back to the Word of God, which is what I really want to get to. All right, so go back to Isaiah chapter number 3. All right, Isaiah chapter number 3. All right, and again, we're talking about God taking away some things, all right, punishing the nation of Israel, the men first, then the children, and now the woman, simply because of their disobedience to Him. Okay, simply because of their disobedience to Him. All right, now we're in a situation where now we have women who are in a position of leadership because the men weren't doing what they were supposed to do, and now because a woman is not designed, all right, spiritually speaking, to be in a leadership role over a man. So now, all right, she's doing things the wrong way because she's seeking the same glory as man. All right, and God is going to take some things away. Okay, we left off right here in verse 18, talking about in that day the Lord will take away the what? The bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and their round tires like the moon. Okay, and again, when we talk about this, take away the bravery here. All right, and we said it earlier. It's talking about that the appearance and the boasting that they get because of what they were wearing, all right? Because of the tinkling cymbals and the things that they had, the ornaments and all the things that they had on, all right? It was because of those things that made them more haughty, all right, more arrogant, okay? All right, and God says He's going to take away that bravery. And some people are not who they are without certain apparel or certain ornaments or certain things, okay? And again, that's the society is to some point. All right, men feel like they're not somebody unless they got 50 cars and a big house and all this stuff, other stuff that you hear music and the lifestyle that society portrays. Or women, right? If you don't look like this supermodel, then you're an ugly woman, or those things that, so people have these plastic surgeries and do all these things because they don't feel right worthy enough because of what society has taught that you're not good enough. Okay, all right, and again, that's what is going on here. They're wearing all of these things to become boastful. All right, and God says He's going to take away the things that make them brave enough to act that way. All right, which is the apparel and the tinkling ornaments and all these things that they had on. Okay. All right, then it says, goes on to say,